today, Michael, we're going to be working on a multiplication activity. So first I need to know what you're going to be working for.
I'm working on a puzzle.
Is that what you want to work for?
Yes.
So after you do your work, this is what you're going to get.
Yes,
Okay?
ma'am.
So we're going to do a multiplication fact practice first, and then you will be able to earn the puzzle.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you help me read our I can statement for the day?
I can recall multiplication facts 0 through 4.
So today we're going to work on, recall just means saying or remembering or writing. So we're going to say, remember, or write our multiplication facts from 0 to 4. So let me show you an example of what that will look like. For you, at the end of this activity, you should be able to do this. If I give you a problem like 4 times 3, after today, and you thinking about it, you should be able to put, oh, I know that that's 12. So you're going to be showing me that you know how to do facts 0 through 4. Sound good? And at the end, you need to tell me whether you can do this, okay? So, you and a friend, I want you to just close your eyes and imagine, okay? You and a friend are going to the library. There are 4 books that you want to check out. Each book has 9 pages in it. How could you find out how many pages you will have read after reading all 4 books? How do you think you could figure that out? What are the different ways? Okay, so did you use a trick to figure that out?
So what I did is I hold up 10 fingers, and I put down this one. Put down my index finger, and then my pointer finger, and I got 36. 1, 2, 3, 6.
Okay. So what is that called? What were you doing?
Multiplying.
What were you multiplying?
9 times 4.
How did you know to use those 2 numbers?
Well, see, I used a trick that I learned.
How did you know from, that's how you solved it, but how did you know that you needed to use the numbers 4 and 9?
Because you said there's 4 books I wanted to check out.
Okay.
There's 9 pages in each one. So there's 36 pages.
Okay. So another way, that's awesome that you got a trick. Another way we could have solved it was by drawing a picture. So if I hear 4 books, what I'm going to do, I'm going to write right here, is that okay? And we'll wipe it later. I could have drawn 1 book, 2 books, 3 books, 4 books. And then how many pages did each one have? So you could either write the number 9, or you could do 9 dots or 9 slashes.
Okay, now let's not say
What are you counting right now? What are your boxes represent?
books.
How many books are you have? 8 boxes. Were there 8 books?
I mean 9. 9.
So this is perfect. You don't need these though, because we only had 1 book, 2 books, 3 books, 4 books. Oh, you're doing dots now. So we could represent it with a digit, the digit 9 in each box. We could use slash marks in each box, or we could use dots in each box. Okay, so let me see. So at this point, what we have is, in every one of these scenarios, or every one of these drawings, we're adding what?
9 plus 9.
How many times? 9 plus 9.
9 plus 9.
We had to add 9. We had to add it 1, 2, 3, 4. So there was 1 group of 9, 2 groups of 9, 3 groups of 9, 4 groups of 9. But instead of adding, if you didn't want to set up an addition problem that was this long, and instead of doing the fingers trick, how could we write that problem? When we add the same number over and over, it's called When something happens again and again and again,
Multiplication.
close. What's it called when something happens again and again? It starts with an R. It's what?
Regrouping.
Close. If I say something over and over again, I am
Repeating.
repeating. This is called repeated, and we're adding, so it's repeated addition. Instead of adding the same number over and over, what we can do is what you just set up. A what?
3 times 4 equals 36. Or we could do 36
Okay.
divided by 4.
So what is nice, though, is that you knew that 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9 is called repeated addition because you're adding over and over. You're repeating, you're adding. And you knew that you could set up 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9 as 9 times 4. Or 4 groups that had 9 in each.
Okay,
So hold on. What we're going to do today, what's good is to have all of these, when it's just 1 digit times 1 digit, that's called a multiplication fact. It's good to have those memorized. Where like if I showed you a flashcard, you knew immediately what the answer was. Kind of like when we were younger and someone would show you a flashcard of a letter and you could say it's an A or an A says at. We're going to do the same thing with this and all 1 digit numbers times 1 digit numbers. But today we're just going to focus on 5 different groups. We're going to focus on our facts that have zeros, ones, twos, threes, and fours.
So that's 5 things that we're doing.
Yeah, because multiplication is essentially counting groups that have the same number in it. So you tell me, when in life do things come in groups of 2? When would we want to count by 2s?
Like whenever, not let's say we have.
When would we count by 2s? What comes in 2s? Think about like things on your body.
Legs, arms, eyes, nose, nostrils,
That's true.
ears, glasses.
So say somebody said, we want to figure out how many, and I really just like that you said this, how many nose nostrils are there in the whole school of Arlington? Would we want to go around and have to count 2 plus 2 plus 2? Because there's like 300 kids.
So we could
Instead
do,
of adding, we could set up a,
we could do 2 times
instead of repeated,
300.
instead of repeated addition, we could set up what kind of problem?
Multiplication.
Good job. When do things come in 3s? What comes in groups of 3s? Have you ever seen like, it's kind of like a chair, but it doesn't have a back. It's just like got a round thing that you sit on. You know what that's called? And it's got 3 legs on it.
Stool.
A stool.
Like that.
And sometimes they have things called a tripod.
Oh, tricycle.
A tricycle has 3 wheels.
Oh,
Good job.
tripod is where you put like a camera on, or a tripod for a rifle.
Yes. All those things come in sets of 3. What about sets of 4?
Legs. Well, I mean, animal legs, like dog, cats, horses. Birds' legs come in 2 though.
That's true. So it's just some animals' legs.
Yeah.
They come in 4 legs.
Yep.
Okay, so what we're going to do today, when you come back to the table and sit down, we're going to watch some videos. I know that you have a good base knowledge of multiplication, which means you've already spent some of your years in school learning about multiplication. But what we're going to try to do is have them memorize so that when you look at them, you'll be able to say what the answer is, just like you would say what a letter is. Okay? So we're going to watch a video. First video we'll watch is going to be about zeros and ones, okay? And you're going to love it because it's music. And then we're going to watch a video about zeros and ones is on one video. Twos is on one video. Threes, fours, and 5. Or we're just going to go up to 4s. Which one do you think is going to be the easiest to memorize? Do you have any of them memorized already?
1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I only got my 2s.
Yeah.
Well, twos and 5s.
Sometimes an easy way to memorize something is by hearing it, okay?
Vocabulary.
I feel smart. I feel good. I feel smart. good. I know my math, man. I know my facts. I know my math, man. I know my facts. I feel smart. I feel good. I feel smart. I feel good. I know my math, man. I know my facts. I know my math, man. I know my facts. Man, it's so easy to multiply, cause I can multiply, son, and I can divide. Like if there's 5 people, each has 2 eyes, how many eyes in all we multiply?
Multiplying by 0 is easy, man, cause the number times 0 is 0, man. 5 times 0 is 0. 8 times 0 is 0. 10 times 0 is 0. Think of it like this. If you had 10 people and each person had 0 cats, how many cats would you have in all? 10 times 0, 0
I
cats.
feel smart. I feel good. I feel smart. I feel good. I know my math, man. I know my facts. I know my math, man. I know my facts. I feel smart. I feel good. I feel smart. I feel good. I know my math, man. I know my facts. I know my math, man. I know my facts.
Yo, check. When you multiply by 1, you get the same number that you started from. So 7 times 1 is 7. 11 times 1 is 11. Yo, Tragic, do another one.
Like if 6 kids each had 1 baseball, how many balls would they have in all? We can figure it out. It's so quick, cause 6 times 1 is always 6.
If you want to learn your facts, do what I did. Listen to a song and memorize it. Then open your eyelids, look at a number. Yeah, you can multiply and divide it. If you didn't hear it, just rewind it. This math here is fun. Oh, it's not a virus. I could teach the times tables to a pirate. He says, I'm the multiplying
I feel
pirate.
smart. I feel good. I feel smart. I feel good. I know my math, man. I know my facts. I know my math, man. I know my facts. I feel smart. I feel good. I feel smart. I feel good. I know my math, man. I know my facts. I know my math, man. I know my facts. Ha.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about what we saw in the video, and we're gonna put it on these posters, and we're gonna hang them up, so that we can look at them throughout the day and kind of talk about them, so hopefully they become something that we can just have memorized. Before you start writing, I know you have your marker open and ready to go. What was the example they gave for 0? They gave a real life example. They said if there were,
0 times 1 is 0.
but what was the picture that they drew? They had people, and they said if there's, I think they used 6, but I'm not sure.
It was 10 people. There was like 10 people. They had 10 cats. But to take away but they don't have cats. It's 0.
So if 10 people have 0 cats, how many cats are there?
0.
Yes, because any number times 0 equals 0. So we're going to go through and we're going to fill out. This is one of the easiest to remember. Anything times 0 equals 0. So not only 0 times 1 all the way to 0 times 10, but it's also if you did 1,000,000 times 0, it equals 0. If 1,000,000 people had 0 cats, how many cats do they have?
0.
Yeah. And we'll write that over here so we can remember that little, like the real life example that they used. So we'll put, if, how many people
I did.
had what?
I had 10 cats.
Not 10 cats.
Oh,
If
I
10
had no
people
cats.
had 0 cats, how many cats?
0.
Okay. 0. Alright, let's fill out our ones chart. We're going to hang these on the wall. Do you remember the example they used for 1? I think this time they had 6 kids. And what did they say each of them had?
Baseball.
They said if there are 6 kids and each one has 1 baseball, how many baseballs are there?
6.
Yeah, because any number times 1 goes back to the number that they started from. Good job. Nice, great, great. Good job. Okay, so there are 6 kids
And 6 baseballs.
with 6 baseballs.
How many?
Baseballs.
6.
Good job. Okay, now we're gonna watch video that goes over the 2s.
How do I do it too?
What?
I said Harry's ears.
Yep. We're ready for our video on twos.
Yeah. Vocabulary. Do you know your twos? Do you know your twos? Do you know your twos? Yeah, I know my twos. Yeah, I know my twos. Do you know your twos? Do you know your twos? Do you know your twos? Yeah, I know my twos. Yeah, I know my twos. When you multiply by 2, you just double the number. That's what you do. You make the number twice as big. That's it, kid, just double it. 2 times 1 is cool, 'cause 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is more. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is hip. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is great. I mean, 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 5, do it again. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 6 is doing well. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 7 is a party. 2 times 7 is 14. 2 times 8, fresh and clean. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 9 is amazing. 2 times 9 is 18. 2 times 10 is plenty. 'Cause 2 times 10 is 20. That's cool. Now see if you can say the answer faster than we do. So get real fast, do the math, and don't let the rhyme go past. 2 times 8 is 16. And 2 times 4 is
8.
8. 2 times 10 is
20.
20. 2 times 3 is
6.
6. 2 times 2 is
4.
4. 2 times 6 is
12.
12. 2 times 7 is
14.
14. 2 times 9 is
18.
18. 2 times 1 is
2.
2. 2 times 5 is
10.
10. Do you know your twos? Do you know your twos? Do you know your twos? Yeah, I know my twos. Yeah, I know my twos. Do you know your twos? Do you know your twos? Do you know your twos? Yeah, I know my twos. Yeah, I know my twos. Do you know your twos? Do you know your twos?
Since you do know. So it says when you multiply by 2, you just double the number. So, you say that. Times 4 is 2 times 5 is 0. And what I like is the pattern that goes on because it starts at 0. And you've got 2, 4, 6, 8. Then we start back at 0. We just put a 1 in front of it to make it in the teens.
And
We
then
start
we
back
put
at
in-
0, 2, 4, 6, 8. 0, and now we've switched to what at the beginning?
2.
Yeah. So it always ends in 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and then starts back at 0.
So like 20, 40, 60, 80.
Those are all what's called
100,
multiples of 2.
120, 140, 160, 180, 200.
You're counting by 20s right now.
Yeah, no, I'm counting. No, first of all, I started with that, and now I'm counting by 20s to go up and up and up
Okay.
and up and up.
Got it. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to go over our 3s. Are 2's easy for you? Ready?
Yeah. Let's say that you need to put 3 scoops of sugar in your iced tea. You had 5 iced teas. How How many scoops of sugar do you think you need? Now let's see, that's 5 times 3. I know the answer is 15. Yeah, that's just what we do. In the kitchen, we cooking up our vegetables.
Check it. 3 times 1 is like rice and beans. Well, 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is like a bag of chips. Cause 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is like lemons and limes. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4, what's that smell? 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 5 smells so sweet. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 6, what are you baking? Well, 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 7, I'm baking a cinnamon bun. 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 8, I could cook some more. Cause 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 9 tastes like heaven. 3 times 9 is 27. 3 times 10, but now the dishes are dirty. 3 times 10 is 30.
Oh, yeah, we cooking now. We cooking now, stir it up. Oh, yeah, we cooking now. We cooking now, got my ingredients. Oh, yeah, we cooking now. We cooking now, stir it up. Oh, yeah, we cooking now. We cooking now, got my ingredients. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 9 is 27. 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 10 is 30. 3 times 5 is 15. Oh, yeah, we cooking now. We cooking now, stir it up. Oh, yeah, we cooking now. We cooking now, got my ingredients. Oh, yeah, we cooking now. We cooking now, stir it up. Oh, yeah, we cooking now. We cooking now, got my ingredients.
Let's fill out our fruit strips so we can hang it up. So let's say you need 3 scoops of sugar in your iced tea and you make 5 cups. So here's our 5 cups. So maybe draw either a tally or a dot to represent each. There you go. Each one has 3 tallies because it has 3 cups of sugar. Okay. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 1 is 3.
When I multiply 2 numbers, I'm on it. The answer is called the product. So 4 times 2, the product is 8. What do? I play games. I have 6 board games in each room. And in my house, there are 4 rooms. You might like board games, but I have more because 6 times 4 is 24. 4 times 1 is probably bored. Cause 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is running late. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3, do you need some help? 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 4 is kinda mean. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 5, we're not ending. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 6 is just for more. 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 7, hold up, you better wait. 4 times 7 is 28. 4 times 8 sticks like glue. 4 times 8 is 32. 4 times 9 is up in the mix. 4 times 9 is 36. 4 times 10, now I'm at a party. 4 times 10 is 40.
What do I do when I get home from school? I play the games, man. What do I do when I get home from school? I play games, man. I play the games, man.
4 times 7 is 28. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 8 is 32. 4 times 5 is 20.
I knew that.
4 times 9 is
36.
36. 4 times 10 is 40. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 6 is 24.
I knew that.
What do I do when I get home from school? I play games, man. I play the games, man. What do I do when I get home from school? I play games, man. I play the games, man. What do I do when I get home from school? I play games, man. I play games, man. What do I do when I get home from school? I play games, man. I play games, man.
So the story they used was I have 4 board games in each room and I have 6 rooms in my house. So let's draw our story first. I have, how many rooms are there?
6.
Okay, so
So,
we're
no,
gonna
this
use,
is each room.
okay, there you go. And then how many board games did she have in each room?
4.
Okay, so we can either do dots or talents. Okay, so instead of doing 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 and adding that 6 times, which would take a while, we can set up one problem and multiply the number of board games by the number of rooms. And hopefully by the end of this unit, you'll have, just by looking at 4 times 6, you'll have memorized that it equals 24. There you go. Cool. Okay. Hold on. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24.
Oh,
Okay, then, that's right. Is that 30? Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
36.
No. Okay.
So I guess I have it.
That's okay. So we've got our posters ready, we'll hang them up and we'll go over them each day. Because the more we go over them, if we practice something a lot, it will help us memorize it. So we've got our zeros, 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s.
So, but where are we going to hang them up?
Why don't you think about it, and then I'll get the tape and we'll be able to hang it up together, okay? What I want you to do is sit. What we're gonna do next is I need you to show me what you know. Did you bring a pencil? Here's what I want you to do. I want you to do as many as you can. The ones that you can just look at and do right away, I want you to go through and do those. And I want to see how long it takes. If you don't know what it is, just skip over it and go to the next one and see if you know what that is. But right now we're just seeing how many you can get right as quick as possible, okay? Let me get my timer ready.
How many minutes?
Well, I want to see how long it takes. You just go through. Remember, if it's hard, just skip over it and do the ones that you do know.
Oh, Hulk is the best. Yo, you're not the best shot, Shuba. Pew, pew. Sorry, that's okay. I finally got a hold. I thought it was good. Oh God.
Yeah, so we're gonna write on that. Okay, this is good. We'll write that down, so we'll know that on your first trial, that's what you got. I guarantee in a couple days or a couple weeks, it will be less than that. And what I was able to notice while you were going through is I could tell exactly which ones gave you a hard time. There were some that didn't give you a hard time at all. The zeros were really easy. The ones.
No, but those
most
are
of
the
the
same for
twos.
each one. So
I know. So I got a really good picture of the one. So what we'll do is when we rewatch these videos, which will help us memorize the facts, we're going to pay special close attention to these facts because they had a rhyme to help you remember it. So I'm going to write this on your page. We're going to watch out for 2 times 4, 3 times 9, 3 times 6, 4 times 9, and 8 times 3. Okay? There's only 5 out of all those great. So let's write them so that tomorrow we can watch out when we're watching the videos and listen for that rhyme, and maybe we'll even put it on a card and we can practice the rhyme so that we'll remember it. And your time will increase, and then we'll start incorporating the bigger numbers. So today we did 0 through 4. What do you think we're going to do tomorrow? We did facts 0 through 4. Tomorrow we're probably going to talk about facts.
Like 5 through 10, 11.
Yeah, good job.
Well, let's do this 5 through 11 and then let's go fast.
Okay, so what I need you to do you remember what our I can statement was today?
I can recall multiplication facts 0 through 4.
Okay, so on your own, I want you to think about the lesson and how you did on this, and I want you to rate yourself. I gave you 2 ratings. If you want to pretend that this would be like a 10 out of 10, a smiley face. The frowny face would probably be a 0. So you can
Let's
either,
make that 100.
okay, between, I want you to not use that because that'll bleed through the paper. But think about how well you did. 100 being, I know this better than I know anything at all. I know it as good as I know like my letters.
I say in between.
You think about it. You give me if this is 100, you tell me the number where you think you are. What number did you put?
100.
You're 100? Okay. All right. Thanks, Ed.
Bye.